Chapter 1 opened in the chaotic heart of a film set on standby with a supporting cast, among whom our main character Seo Chun was present, as Seo Chun made his way to the filming area. Some observant eyes spotted an issue with the overhead structure. Suddenly a pebble felt striking Seo Chun's head despite the delayed warnings from his colleagues. It was too late as Seo Chun looked upward. The roof gave way, chunks of concrete and iron railing crashed down on him, resulting in grave injuries as he began to lose consciousness. His final thought was a fervent wish if rebirth were possible. He wanted to be a lead character, not an anonymous extra. Sometime later, in a residential apartment, a 7-month-old baby named Seo Chun was in his crib. His full name was Lee Seo Chun, and his doting parents Lee Min Chun and Yun Hai were engaged in a playful interaction with him, as his father tried to imprint his own face in the baby's memory. Seo Chun's adorable smile brought joy to his parents' hearts. His mother Yun Hai could not resist commenting on their son's irresistible charm, to which Min Chun nodded in hearty agreement. Eventually tiredness overcame Seo Chun and he fell asleep looking even more endearing. Once his parents had settled him into sleep, Seo Chun drifted into an extraordinary world. This realm housed a library of his past lives, memories and abilities encapsulated within books behind imposing doors. He could only access the knowledge within his current physical capacity. Seo Chun attempted to open a hefty black door, but to no avail. He realized that absorbing knowledge beyond his current capacity could prove destructive. A mental image of a slime creature overwhelmed by a book's knowledge and getting flattened popped into his mind. This led him to the conclusion that he must exercise caution and abandon his quest to open the black door. Consequently, the library transformed, presenting him with doors he could feasibly open. He found a small blue door which led to his previous life's library as a slime creature. The same foolish entity he had imagined earlier was indeed his former self. He would normally open this door without hesitation, but his slow development as a human child was testing his patience. However, he noticed another door beside the blue one, a door he hadn't seen before. Seo Chun decided to explore it and discovered a single black book inside. To retrieve the book, he had to place his head inside the small door. In his eagerness, he accidentally bumped his head on the door, sparking a wave of annoyance nonetheless. He managed to secure the book and eagerly opened it. The book contained memories from his life as an extra, his dreams of becoming an actor, and the fierce determination he showed during this first life. Reflecting on these memories, Seo Chun realized he'd never lived as passionately as he had during that time. Seo Chun, with recollections of his past life intact, resolved to become an actor. But just being an actor wasn't enough. He aspired to be a superstar, understanding the prerequisites of stardom. He started his journey from the very beginning by consistently practicing elven breathing techniques to harmonize his body, which in turn made him excessively adorable. At that moment he could only tap into the memories of his life as a slime. He recalled a time when he was a tiny unsuspecting slime that wandered too close to a slumbering dragon. A casual yawn from the dragon was all it took to obliterate him, reborn in his current form 3 days. Later, Seo Chun felt a surge of annoyance as he recalled the event, distracting himself. He picked up 2 books. One about his slime life and the other about his time as a flower fairy. A slime's power to change shape, melt into acid, and extend tentacles intrigued him. The extraordinary beauty of the fairy was equally captivating but impractical, as their life depended on the survival of their flower. Most of the books didn't pique Seo Jun's interest. But he found two useful abilities. One was Slime's digestion, a low-grade ability that enabled the digestion of anything, converting it into essential nutrients for the body. The other was the Fairy's Wand, also a low-grade ability which allowed the wielder to captivate anyone who could see fairies. Anyone watching the wand being shaken would mimic the actions of the one shaking it. The ability of Slime's digestion into his own body, and merged the Fairy's wand into his hand. He was taken aback when the wand's mark appeared on his palm instead of his fingers, but shrugged it off as it didn't affect its functionality, closing his fist and reopening it. He noticed the Fairy's wand begin to glow, overwhelmed by his infant instincts. He started to play with his glowing hands. Now in a daycare facility, Seo Jun was found playing with an odd, eerie-looking doll, while other children played with their conventional toys. A woman noticed Seo Jun's vibrant health and compared it to her underweight daughter Ji-yoon, who had yet to eat anything. That day suddenly Seo Jun began to cry out of hunger. His mother quickly rose, almost forgetting that it was feeding. The time seeing Seo Jun cry, the other babies began to follow suit. Chaos ensued as the mothers rushed to prepare formula, resulting in a symphony of crying babies. Seo Jun contemplated whether he had cried needlessly, but he knew that if he didn't cry he wouldn't be fed on time. Finally, he received his formula milk and began to drink it peacefully. The other children, weeping and refusing to eat or drink, presented a challenge for their distressed mothers. In response, Seo Jun's mother ushered him to a quiet corner to eat without disruption. As he sipped his milk, a thought occurred to him to experiment with his unique ability. Activating the Fairy's wand, he directed a captivating glow towards the other infants. Young as they were, they could see everything and were immediately engrossed, their mothers in Seo Jun. Two found themselves surprised by their fascination. Seo Jun then shook the wand. The other children, struck by curiosity, mimicked his movements as Seo Jun drank his formula milk. They followed suit, to the astonishment of their mothers. All were amazed at the influence Seo Jun had over the other children, leading them to eat their meals. Appropriately, one woman dubbed Seo Jun as the baby world's mukbang star. Another woman, Yoon-hye, was approached by a mother who requested a video of Seo Jun eating to encourage her underweight daughter Ji-yoon to do the same. However, witnessing her mother's tears, Ji-yoon started to cry. This irked Seo Jun, who thought that crying without hunger was unnecessary and often a product of foul mood. To quell the tears, he wielded the Fairy's wand once more, but unintentionally attracted everyone except Ji-yoon. Overwhelmed, Seojin became the center of attention. Yoon-hye later told Minjun that all the children had been copying Seo Jun and eating their meals at the daycare center. This revelation fascinated Minjin, especially upon hearing their son being referred to as the baby world's mukbang star. Meanwhile, Seo Jun was gleefully smacking a dragon toy with a slime toy, a symbolic retribution for past wrongs. His father expressed concern over this behavior, but Yoon-hye dismissed it, stating that Seo Jun was genuinely kind-hearted despite being swarmed by the other babies. He had remained patient and non-violent, playing with his toys. Seo Jun excitedly shook his hands, consumed with the idea of avenging his past defeat against the dragon. Yoon-hye suggested to Minjun that they should record Seo Jun's eating habits next as they prepared to film him. Seo Jun demonstrated an uncanny awareness of the camera, following it attentively while his mother prepared his meal. Seojin remembered that he needed to use the Fairy's wand. The idea of shaking an arm while eating had seemed odd to him, as he had never made such a gesture during meals before. Both scenarios appeared strange, however Seo Jun decided that it wasn't of much significance as he moved his hands animatedly. Yoon Hai watched him with confusion, curious about his sudden enthusiasm. She asked if he found the food delicious. Seo Jun responded affirmatively in his endearing childlike language, which brought smiles to their faces. The recording session ended on a happy note. Yoon Hai promptly sent the videos to Ji Yoon's mother, who was delighted to receive them. Not long after Yoon Hai received a message from Ji Yoon's mother expressing her gratitude. Ji Yoon had finished her meal for the first time.